Good morning. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock a.m., February 28th, 2024, the day before leap year day. What am I? Oh, I don't have things set up right here. What am I? Oh, okay. There I got things set up right here. Audio check confirmed. Okay. I have no idea if you heard that. Yeah, you did hear that. I'm still having to arrange things here because I've been off doing something else and just walked up to the computer a few moments before showtime. Let's see, application volume is at 20% for SpeakerBot. Oh, that's interesting. Mike Wojcik shows up in StreamerBot as the only person who's in chat. Did Mike actually try to do a SpeakerBot command? No, he did not. This is a weird thing. Now John shows up because he just did a SpeakerBot. And let's go, where do I need to go here? Timed actions. Okay, that 2-minute repeater is already there. Once it shows up on screen, then I'll go turn that off. So now back to here. No channel comments, so I'm going to go to emails. A scam that I got through my cell phone text message that was a little different than I've seen before, just another twist. Hi there, this is to inform you that Spectrum has applied a 50% discount offer on your monthly bill, which is expiring today. To keep this offer active, please call back at such and such number. Pacific time, thank you and have a great day. Well, if I had Spectrum service, I might be tempted to call them. I don't have Spectrum service. If they had put Comcast, could that have tempted me? Yeah, FOMO, fear of missing out, is what that attack is. Get you to call them and then they're going to scam you. So there's the SpeakerBot messages coming through. So now I right click over here and turn off the repeat so it doesn't happen after 2 more minutes. And then go on to my next email from Chris the Garrett. What? Let's see, there's no email exposed there. It says, hello, Doug. This is the issue with the Zoom update. I will try to be on your show tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'm looking to see if Chris is in chat. And I do not see him in chat. Now, this video, I've got that pause at a certain point here. This is where he's showing that he did he's running an update. It says update available. And I'm going to click the play button. I'm going to mute the audio because he's not really talking for you to hear, but it gets to the end there. He clicks install, and after a little bit of a delay, there's a little Zoom pop up, and that's all that happens. Nothing else happens. He explains during that video, and he's said this a couple other times, that he reinstalled Windows. And it gives the impression that he reinstalled Windows for the purpose of troubleshooting the problem with updating Zoom. I think there's something missing there because that doesn't make sense, because that would imply that he reinstalled fresh Windows after having the Zoom update problem, and then he installed the old version of Zoom and tried to do the update. Well, after a fresh installed Windows, wouldn't you just be installing the current version? So there's something missing there. I'd like to have Chris, maybe you could come in on a Zoom call. Well, wait a minute. Oh, you can. Zoom still works for him. It's just not updated, and it's a very minor update that he's not getting. So you could come in on Zoom and talk about it, or just go ahead and take these suggestions here, because I don't think that you did a reinstall after having this problem. That doesn't make sense. So I think the sensible thing to do, and I'm not sure if you've already done it, is to use the Windows uninstall of Zoom, and then go to, let's see, let me bring this up over here. I had this flagged for today and did not get a chance, or did not bring it up before the show. I can't really say I didn't get a chance. I mean, I didn't make it happen because I was off doing something else. Come over here to this uninstalling and reinstalling the Zoom application. So use the control panel to uninstall Zoom, but then use this clean Zoom. That's going to do a deeper uninstall of Zoom and then do a fresh install of Zoom. I don't recollect you actually saying that you've done that. I've heard that suggested before, and I want to say that you came back with saying, well, that you did a reinstall of Windows, but again, that doesn't make sense for reasons already explained. So I'm going to put this link into chat.
About it.
Whoops, not there.
Incoming. I've been. The
Oops,
first 2.5 years of me streaming, I didn't.
Oops, sorry about that. Let's see. Zoom, not Zoom. Zoom uninstall. There's the link for Chris. Now, however, if he watches this video in replay before YouTube, that's the name, before YouTube processes the video, he won't be able to see that. So I'll go put it into the description of the video as well. Zoom uninstall. Now I might be just out in left field and he's already been down this road. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, because once you've done that uninstall, go install the current version. Yeah, there's something missing in the description of what's going on. Now, what else do I got? That was the last of the stuff on my email. Read chat, please. That's good. Well done, it's Ken. I don't see a recent. Oh, there's a Ken. Isn't he getting Zoom from Microsoft Store as well instead of Zoom itself? That's okay. I think that's fine for him getting it from the Microsoft Store, but I would prefer to get it from the Zoom website. So once completed, download Zoom from our download center. So this would be the best, most authoritative place to get it from, because this is what Zoom is telling you to do. The Microsoft Store exists because some people cannot install applications from websites because their system administrator has locked down their system and only allows them to install from the Microsoft Store. As a matter of fact, you can restrict yourself to that. There's an option in here somewhere so that you can tell your own computer, configure your own computer so that you can only install apps from the Microsoft Store. So that would be a reason to do it. Oh, there's Chris in chat. Let's see, I don't know.
Chris is in chat.
I don't know how long he's been here. Did he hear the things that I said earlier? I'll look at his recent comments. Nothing to do with admin settings. Microsoft Store because it was not installing Zoom from the website. Well, okay, did you do the uninstall tool? Did you use this uninstall clean Zoom? And then were you unable to install it from the website? And if that's the case, hey, I want to connect remotely to that computer and see that. I want to document that for the world to see it, if that's actually what's happening.
I just got here. Yes, I used uninstall tool.
He says he did use this uninstall tool, not some other Revo uninstall, or is that the right name? Some other installer, but uninstaller, but the clean Zoom from Zoom's website. Did you use that one? And if so, well, did it not uninstall? Why do you still have the old version? What did you go back and reinstall? Why do you have an obsolete version if you did uninstall it? So there's things missing here. Chris, I would love to connect remotely to your computer and run through that. And if it indeed is not working right, we can document it for prosperity. Now, I don't think I have other things to go catch up on. Let me check one other place. Nope, I already looked there. Yeah, no, let's go to chat. Go to ground. Tim, let's go, let's grow. Good morning, he says. I love this trader. It's all-time classic. You have the best trader, DougBetts. You have 30 years experience in computers and technology. I'm so proud of you. But yeah, that's why I have good traders, because 30 years more. Josh coming at number 6. 30 years experience, crazy. Hey, I've had 65 years of experience. Just not all in computers, but I've had 65 years of experience. I still be carrying you in Fortnite. Nice. Yeah, all right. Alice, you haven't played with us for a while, though. You need to come and play, Nova. Alice, hello. Brian Lightfoot. When I was logging into a new website, it required me to use a password with a minimum of 4 characters. So I typed in Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto. I did not pre-read that one. What did the 3-legged dog say when he walked into a saloon? I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. As in paw, father. I went to the doctor and said, I've got an earache, inflamed sinuses, conjunctivitis, and a throbbing headache.
Doug,
he
do it
told
for
me,
Saturday show with Chris if you don't
it's
have
all
any
in your
plans
head.
this coming weekend.
Josh is suggesting do it on Saturday. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else set up for Saturday. Today is what? Wednesday. I wouldn't mind doing something like that even on a Thursday or Friday, because we could do that within the half-hour show Thursday or Friday if you want to do that, Chris. Otherwise, Saturday we find I don't think there's any urgency for it, so Saturday would be great. Josh got LOLs out of that. Brian, you would do something like that. People saying hellos to each other's. Mike to Brian, when it came to naming 4 characters, I'm surprised he didn't name 4 of us Zoom homies. Good one. Nick Poverman, I had a friend who was afraid of hurdles. He got over it. Josh, hi Rick, no breaking PC today. You mean Ghetto didn't break any PC today? I'm thinking I missed something. Weather report, Selden Ball. Ken to Mike. I thought he did name 4 of the homies. Oh, he thought those were the names of the homies. All right. Which homies are those? Where was he? Okay. So who is Mickey? Who is Minnie? Who is Goofy? And who is Pluto? I kind of want to say Ken and Mrs. K as Mickey and Minnie. Goofy and Pluto. I'm not going to call those myself. I could, but I won't. John Williams, Alice, let's see, people saying hellos to each other. There's speaker bot stuff. Rand, can you change the repeat interval from 2 minutes to something else? Yes, I can. The catch with that is if I make it longer, then it's going to be longer before these messages come up, and I still have to turn them off. So I could do that. But so far, I've been able to catch it within 2 minutes. And if it's at the beginning of the show, I feel more likely that I'm going to remember to do it. If it's 5 minutes into the show, I might be too distracted to get that. And if I don't have the repeat interval, it doesn't go at all. If I don't tell it to repeat, it doesn't run at all. And I think maybe I've recently discovered that no matter what time I put on it, it starts that counter when I launch StreamerBot. So if I have StreamerBot launched 10 minutes before the show and I've got it scheduled to go at 5 minutes without a repeat, then it's going to do it at 5 minutes after launching SpeakerBot, and you're never going to see it in chat. It's a single person programmer, that programs this, and he's gone through lots of iterations of the program. And so, with that type of programming, there's just always bugs, things that don't work right. And I think it works better on Twitch than it does on YouTube.
I was thinking more along the lines of a 50-minute interval and leaving it on.
Well, a 50-minute interval is going to be, this show is only half an hour long, so these messages will never show up. And I'm trying to communicate this to the audience to let them know what commands they can use. And those can be uppercase or lowercase letters. That is what I would have done. I think he's referring to the 5 minutes, but I've given my reasoning for not doing that. Hello, Zvi. Long dog.
Won't they show once?
Let's see, what was that? I just heard another voice come through, but it hasn't shown up on chat. Oh, there it is. Won't they show once? Oh, it would show up if I set it for 50 minutes, it will show up once if I launch SpeakerBot half an hour before the show. So a repeat interval of 50 minutes would work if I remember to launch SpeakerBot early enough, which I don't always do. And I don't want to hamstring myself to having to do that. I like it narrowed down to the details when analyzing problems is mandatory to get this detail and gather information to make a determination on what to do. I enjoy your thought process, Doug. So I think that was regarding Chris's issue. Isn't he getting Zoom? Yeah, we saw that. Rand Israel. Looks like the Zoom cleaner also removes settings and profile data. This may not be wanted. Yeah, well, that's true. You would lose your saved meetings. But if you don't have a whole lot of them, they're easy enough to get back. He's put enough time and effort into this already that losing his settings I don't think is a big deal. Microsoft Store because of not installing Zoom from the website. Yeah, so that's apparently that's true even after reinstalling Windows. Now, Chris, the thing you didn't see is, maybe you didn't see, has he answered this? You said a few times that you reinstalled Windows. And what I said earlier was that doesn't make sense. Are you saying that you had a problem with Zoom, therefore you reinstalled Windows and then installed the old version of Zoom and tried to update? That doesn't make sense.
You have 4 discrete passwords?
Yeah, we all have our own passwords, John. On the Microsoft Store, there is an AI section now. Oh, joy. That's great news. Just great. Nick Talondog, when you have over 400 people to support like I do, I don't have time to do that. I guess it's the troubleshooting stuff. It's nothing to do with admin settings. Did somebody suggest that? I don't know where that was. A long dog to Josh. It's been a while. I've been tied up doing other things. A little bit of time I'm trying to prepare my house for painting. That's going to take up my mornings. Yes, I used Uninstall tool. Some organizations block any installation from the Microsoft Store. Well, and conversely, some only allow you to install from the Microsoft Store, and you can actually do that with your own computer. From the one which I retired. Martin Hogg, if he installs Zoom from Night, it will be the latest version. Well, yeah, but that's true. If he installs from the website, it will be the latest version.
The admin settings was part of you asking Chris earlier, Doug.
The admin settings was part of you asking Chris earlier, Doug. I don't remember asking anything about admin settings. Unless you're talking about, administrators restrict, well, that, he's a standalone computer, so he doesn't have an administrator. Yeah, still not sure what that was in reference to. I'll have to watch from the beginning when the stream ends. Saturday's show, Wendy in Panama. Maybe
Windows S Mode only allows apps from Microsoft Store.
Yeah, Windows S Mode only allows apps from Microsoft Store, but even Windows Home and Pro, you can configure it, so it only allows apps from the Microsoft Store. Maybe if I don't fix it, maybe I can let him connect. I usually like to fix my own problems, but this seems I fix it and it comes back. Oh, okay, you fix it and it comes back. So you've had this update problem before and you have fixed it and it has come back. And that makes me think that you're using some other software that is somehow conflicting repeatedly with Zoom. Man to doctor, my arm hurts when I pick things up. He just told me to stop picking things up. Yeah. What was the one recently? Somebody came up with one. I told the doctor, my back hurts when I get up in the morning. The doctor says, well, get up in the afternoons. I have to pause video for a few minutes. I was thinking more along the lines of 50-minute. Let's see, I already talked about that. Anyone know what happened to Eileen Novak? Yeah, we haven't seen her for a while, I guess. Haven't seen her in chat for a while. Jeff to Chris, if you let Zoom update itself, how do you know it's coming from the Microsoft Store? I think, well, that's a good point. I don't think he does. I think he installed Zoom from the Microsoft Store and then did the updates within Zoom. I see 4 Dougs in the live. Oh, you know what? There's a thing. If he installed Zoom from the Microsoft Store, then when he goes to do updates, he has to currently be signed in to his Microsoft account. So Chris, could that be it? If you open the Microsoft Store, sign in to the Microsoft Store, then go back to Zoom and tell it to update. Maybe? I don't think so. I don't think so. The reason why I don't think so is because we see over here, let's see, where is it? That the, let's see, it says release notes, update available, Zoom update, release notes. Okay, it's done. It's apparently already done downloaded the update. Here I'm pressing play again. Oh, you know what? I should go back over here. He's showing Zoom over here. So he's launching Zoom, run as administrator, and then I think he must have clicked on, oh, this was Zoom opening because he just ran it. Yeah, all right. And then, where is he coming now? I got to slow this down. Oh, he's just doing WinVer to show us what version of Windows it is. It's Windows 10 Pro, 22H2. And then here, he did a right click in the system tray and he's choosing check for updates from there within the Zoom app. So if he installed Zoom from the Microsoft Store, then is he signed into the Microsoft Store when he does this check for updates? And it says update available. Automated captioning, translate. That's just telling what it does.
Why is he running Zoom as admin?
I don't know. I think he just launched Zoom as admin to, try to be more forceful about it. I don't think that was needed. So then there's an install button. So that implies that it already downloaded it. That graph that we saw going across, it didn't actually say downloading. So here when
Sometimes Zoom conflicts with other audio-video conferencing software if set to start when booting.
Yeah, that could be other audio video conferencing software. I think this little white icon down there, whoops, I got to turn off my picture-in-picture. Is that go to my PC? Doesn't it have a conferencing capability? Could that be it? So then what happens next, I'm hitting play again, is this Zoom updater initialize. So it looks like it's trying. Now at this point, if it's trying to talk to the Microsoft Store and he's not signed into the Microsoft Store, that could be the trouble. But I don't know if that's what's going on. And that's all we wind up seeing. Now he is giving an audible description. All right, it's only 1:44. Let me go back here and I'll turn on his audio. I have internal audio running, so don't do any speaker bots while this is running.
I'll show an issue that I have with the Zoom updating. This happened before, kind of happened before, but it was crashing when I did it before. It was showing something can't load or something, I don't know. But I have done a clean install of Windows, all the updates, and now this is what happens. And this is Windows, just to show, it is Windows 10. So here's what happens. Oh, I go check for updates, and it checks for the updates.
A little bit of waiting time here.
Just checking for updates. Okay, now it asks to install, and nothing happens. Well, it pops up the Zoom screen, Zoom box, and that's all that happens. Like I said, I have reloaded Windows completely, formatted the drive and reloaded Windows, and it's still doing this. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you have any idea what's wrong, please leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so at first glance, whoops, went on to something else. When you hear that I've reinstalled Windows, you get the impression that he reinstalled Windows because of this problem. That doesn't make sense, because after reinstalling Windows, wouldn't you be installing the most recent version? So that just doesn't make sense. There's some piece of that story not that's missing or confused. Okay, for Doug's, I've gotten enough experience with Microsoft Store to generally be disappointed in what's available there. Yeah, it is so easy to do a program and put it on the Microsoft Store. They're not always done very well. Ghetto never had problems at all. So says Ghetto. Lawn Dog. What I want to say is the reason why I've come to realize that some of the applications in the store just don't work, or they don't work well, which is very strange, but I've had that experience. Yeah, and it's not strange. Once you understand that any Joe off the street can submit a program to the Microsoft Store and hope that they hit with and become rich. If a download is available from the company directly, I would recommend that rather than using the App Store from Microsoft. Absolutely. And the only reason Chris was doing that is because from the website it wasn't working. Okay, let's troubleshoot that. And since the Microsoft Store also isn't working, let's go back to the way that Zoom wants to do it and troubleshoot that. So you can right click on the taskbar, go to taskbar settings. Let's see, that's Windows 10. The screen's not going to come up like this way, but you'll click on, I want you to click on the startup tab and disable a whole bunch of stuff. Restart the computer and try then. What I like to do when I get, let's see, I'll use Control-Alt-Delete to get Task Manager. Yeah, here, Startup Apps. Then if you sort by the status column, you can take a picture of all the things that are currently disabled and then just go disable a bunch of other stuff. Anything that is of any substance at all. Restart the computer and see if you can do the Zoom update, and that would tell you that's one of those items, one or more of those items was causing a conflict. And then once you're done with getting the update, you can come back and use your picture to re-enable all the things except for the ones that are currently disabled. It's kind of normal that any computer will have some items disabled without the user actually having intentionally done that. Well, Doug, I think one of my first indications of problems was with Windows Media Center, but that was quite some time ago. This jumped on me. Where was I at? Okay. There's been other applications that give me a problem. I agree with iTunes. I agree, like with iTunes. Yeah, iTunes, the Apple Store also. App Store and the Google Play Store. All of those. It's pretty easy to submit an application, and they don't always work well. On Doug, our good friend Jim, he also is not really thrilled with Microsoft Store. I suppose it's for similar reasons. Windows S mode, yeah, we saw that earlier. Selden's leaving. See you later, Selden. Thanks for hanging. That would be a photo I showed on my thumbnail. What's he referring to? I think it's, oh, that joke. I think it's the joke about, yeah, okay, it was a thumbnail Ken had about the doctor saying, well, get up in the afternoon. I do remember that. And I figured out what you're referring to there. See, that would be a good time. That would be a good time to put in a exclamation mark C right after that, because if I had seen that just after I had said that, it would have been easier for me to put 2 and 2 together. So that's yeah, that would be a good time to do an exclamation mark C after your comment. Greg M. FYI, SpinRite 6.1 ready for official release. Steve Gibson fixed the last issue. Spinning drives beware.
Please.
Okay, Ken says got it. Thank you. That worked perfectly. Ski Man Chris Garrett. I only have Doug and Ken Stout, and they are not that important for Zoom configurations. Yeah, I thought you probably only had us 2, so that's easy to recreate that. We already talked about that. I don't think it would make a difference really if you did or not, meaning launching with admin. I agree with that. Let Carrie Holzman know about SpinRite. Lawn Dog, looking in Microsoft Store choices for Zoom, I see 2 products, Zoom Meeting, Zoom One Platform to Connect. Wonder what the differences are. Yeah, there's, I think I can answer that. Microsoft Store and Zoom. There's these search suggestions. I'm just going to go straight for this search suggestion. Here's Zoom One Platform to Connect. This has the Zoom logo. This is Microsoft Teams. This is something different. This is something different. So this Zoom One Platform to Connect, this presumably is the one that Chris used. Oh, it says installed. That's interesting. I do not think that I installed it from the Microsoft Store. However, it's possible that when you install from the website that it's recognized as the same thing, or maybe I did. How about some of the rest of you? Come into the Microsoft Store. For those of you who have a Microsoft account, you have to have a Microsoft account to get into here. And search for Zoom and see if it shows that you have it installed. If you don't, if some of you have Zoom installed, but you don't have this behavior, then that would imply that I did actually install it from the store, and it is possible. I see 2 products. I didn't see 2. Zoom One Platform. Zoom. Oh, well, no, that is what it says. Zoom One Platform to Connect. Zoom Meeting. I thought I saw Zoom Meeting. This is not Zoom Meeting down here. That's Z. That's a different program. Zoom Meeting? Does that get me a different choice? No, this is One Platform. I don't see Zoom Meeting as a separate product. If you're seeing this, that's not Zoom. That's a different, that's not their, that's Z Meetings from Jackson Studio. Different product. Rand
Shows installed for me as well.
Rand says it shows installed. Wintermute says it shows installed. They definitely installed from the Zoom website, so it's one and the same app. And I guess that would mean that you don't have to have a Microsoft account. If you're installing it from the website, it's the same app. Microsoft Store recognizes it as installed, but you would not have to have a Microsoft account to install it, because certainly that's not a requirement. Wonder what the differences are. Instead of just interpreting what the names of the products are, maybe somebody has some experience. One might be specifically for meetings and business, but you don't do video and audio meetings anyways. Why 2 products? Yeah, they're I think they're from different manufacturers. Chris says he always runs things as admin. All right.
No MS account. Zoom S on the laptop. MS Store doesn't show installed.
Oh, so Jim has a difference. He doesn't have a Microsoft account. Zoom is installed on the laptop. And now, I suppose he can get into the Microsoft Store, but he doesn't have a Microsoft account, and it doesn't show as installed. But would it show installed if you don't have a Microsoft account? It could be that if Jim, if the stars were in alignment and if the cows jumped over the moon, whatever, I can't even think of the right things to say. Unlikely event that Jim gets a Microsoft account, signs in the Microsoft Store, would he see that it says installed? Maybe, maybe not, don't know. But that's a possibility why it doesn't show installed for him, because he's not actually in with a Microsoft account. There are rare occasions on some installations you might try using administrative install. I'm going to move past that. It's not needed. It's a Chris thing. Suggest the uninstall, reinstall using Night. I don't see a reason to do Night. That's not going to make it more likely to install. Disable all the other audio video apps, yes. Uninstall Zoom, use the uninstall tool. Now he says he's used it. So if he's used it, how does he reinstall the old version? That doesn't make sense. So there's some things about your explanation, Chris, that don't make sense.
Account, the Zoom not show install. Maybe because I have local account.
Okay, so he's saying, I opened the Microsoft Store with my account. The Zoom not show installed. Maybe because he has a local account. Yeah, well, okay, you're signed. I'm signed in with to Windows with the Microsoft account. So you would have to make sure, Zavi, in Microsoft Store, are you currently signed in? Where does that show? Oh, up here. Are you signed in? Up here on this icon, signed into the store. It's not enough that you have a Microsoft account. You'd have to be signed into the store.
I'll check my new Windows install, which has a local account.
Okay, Chris.
I was singing.
Chris, we're don't be that way, Chris. Come on. Jeez. Too many people trying to help, and that's, come on. That's not what this is about. Don't be that way. That's just gonna put a damper on my whole day, you reacting that way, Chris. Skimming over things. All right, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye. All right, have a great day, everybody. Catch you later.
I was signed in.
As Zavi says, he was signed in. All right, good. Well, that answers that question. All right, have a good day. Goodbye.